Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Original Rebels Racing League Syndicate Cup Series on Saturday night. I'm Eddie Smith, and we are on Intensity Broadcasting tonight as we start the round of 12. Got 12 drivers in the playoffs, a couple races to get them down to 8. We'll do 2 more races, and we'll have the championship 4, and we'll crown a champion in this Syndicate Cup Series. Been a really good season so far. Seeing a lot of different winners. Everybody trying to keep up with the change of the next gen car. And tonight we get to see a whole nother animal, which is how these cars react to Pocono, which is a very unique racetrack. 3 corners, 2.5 mile long straightaways. The corners are so important that you hit just right. You got to keep your momentum up and got to get that speed down the straightaway. So we'll see who can master it tonight. As qualifying is almost over, we're going to get ready to jump right into the grid. At the top of your screen, you'll notice the green names. Those are your top 12. So if you want to keep track of who's in the playoffs, where they are, where they're running, that type of stuff, those green names are the ones you're looking for. So, uh, all right. Well, the grid is complete. So let's jump in here. You've already kind of seen it, but we're going to go ahead and give out the award for your Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner, Jonah Colbert. It's just been a complete dominating performance all season long from Jonah. And so tonight, no different. On the front row, it's a JC Motorsports. 1-2 is Daniel Cunningham on the outside of the front row. Starting third, Garrett Kinder. Starting fourth, Jesse Necula. Starting fifth, Tracy Passons. Starting sixth, Jonathan Cofield. Starting seventh, Justin Ray. Starting 8th, Chuck Pegleg Felts. Starting 9th, Cameron Combs. Starting 10th, Steve Loving. Starting 11th, Aaron Adcock. Starting 12th, Eric Burkhalter. Starting 13th, Steve McDonald. Starting 14th, Jake Cunningham. Starting 15th, Greg Froenick. And bringing up the rear of the field, the caboose, Josh Lokovitz. So congratulations to the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner, Jonah Colbert, who also has 5 wins on the season, which is more than anybody else. Just been a really, really good season for him. He just seemed to be able to pick it up quicker than anybody else. The next folks down with multiple wins is Daniel Cunningham and Garrett Kinder. Garrett Kinder picking up the win last week at Auto Club with a fantastic race, one that Jonah Colbert pretty much dominated till the very end. So yeah, I'm expecting more of the same. We'll see how it goes on old tires, and we just really don't know. I've never been in this car on this track, so it's we don't really know what to expect as far as tire wear. Um, in the history, Pocono, not a huge, uh, tire saving type track. You usually can be pretty aggressive with it since it has been repaved in the recent years. But either way, we're getting ready to pull off the grid any moment now, and we'll have a really, really long pace lap. So what we'll do is we'll bring in a couple drivers and talk to them and see how they're feeling about tonight's race. Let's talk to Chuck. Hey, Chuck, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, yeah, what's up, man?
Well, we got a long pace lap, so I figured I'd bring somebody up here to talk to him, and who better than to bring up Chuck Pegleg Phelps? How you feeling about the race tonight? What's your plan, and how you going to attack this track that's very unique?
Well, I'm just gonna try and stay clean, like I try and do at most races. I have a feeling with the smaller field, I think it's gonna be long and green flag. It's what I'm anticipating. So I'm gonna be in tire saving mode, but I can't let them get out too far in front of me either. I won't be able to reel them back in. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well,
But
yeah, not going to keep you too long. Y'all are getting ready to go green, so just want to appreciate you talking to me, and good luck tonight.
yeah, thank you, Eddie. Much respect to you, my friend.
All right, we'll put you back in, man. Well, all right, there you go from Chuck. Feeling pretty confident. Just going to take it easy, take his time, and see if he can make his way towards the front. All right, we're going to have a JC Motorsports front row as they come off of turn 3. Jonah going to lead us down to the green flag. And green flag is out. Got Kevin Kinder in chat saying, well, let's see if G can make it 3 in a row. Garrett Kinder has won 3 straight races in the original Rebels, and he is trying to do that tonight. Pretty good racer at Pocono. I remember one time I was leading in the Xfinity Series, and he came back and got me at the end with a great win. So definitely knows how to get around this track. See the top 2 kind of get away, and what Chuck said I think is going to be right. I think, you know, with only 16 drivers, we're going to have some long green flag runs, so you really have to manage those tires. You have to manage how hard you're racing, knowing that this is a really long race. 80 laps at Pocono is an eternity. So if you're watching, strap in. If you didn't know it was going to be this long, got bad news for you. It's going to be an extremely long one, about a minute lap. So if you do the math, if we went green all the way, 80 minutes tonight. So we got some good racing right here. Garrett Kinder, you know, falling back a little bit from the start as he maybe was stuck on the inside or somehow had some issues getting going. Not real sure. Looks like he's moving back forward, looking to the inside of Tracy Passons here in turn 3. If you don't know a whole lot about Pocono, I kind of give you an idea of what these guys. Oh, Jonathan Cofield in the wall. As soon as I say that we're not going to have any cautions, caution is not out, but Cofield in trouble. No fast repairs in this series. So on lap 3, already knocking down the wall, and that is going to kill his chances as he is missing a hood. His right side is all banged up. We'll see how bad that damage really is, but that is not what you want to see on lap 3. We'll go back up front, check the leader. Jonah Colbert out to a 7/10 of a lead. 10th of a second lead as we come to take lap 4. And last time by 54.57 for Jonah. Daniel Cunningham a 54.77. So Jonah really putting the laps down here. But anyway, talking about Pocono, for those who don't know and what makes this track so unique is obviously it's got 3 get the logos out of the way. It's got 3 corners. It looks like a triangle. And every corner, because the track is so large, the straightaways are really, really long. Every corner has to be almost perfect. You have to drive down to the corner, get back on the gas as soon as you can, and not have to lift. If you ever have to lift off the corner, you pretty much can wave the next 2 or 3 turns goodbye. So it's so important that you be smooth. You get on. Oh, caution is out. Justin Ray has crashed, sitting sideways on the track. Rear bumper gone. So already a playoff driver with some sort of issue. And we'll go back, look at the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind and see what in the world happened there. See Justin going down into turn 3 and just gets loose and overcorrects right into the wall. Looks like he'd already been into the wall a little bit, and that's all she wrote. That's major damage. Yeah, he hit all 4 corners on that one. I think the only thing left to do is to flip over on his roof. That's tough right there. But caution is out, and I did not expect to see a caution this early. But these next gen cars are tricky, guys. It's not easy. I can definitely tell you. I raced last week and we did a little uh, stream from my point of view, and there were a couple times that going down in the corner just completely lose it, just out of nowhere. So this car is very unpredictable. It's a lot of cars that we race. So the trucks, Xfinity car, the old Cup car, and other things. They're a little bit more predictable. You're able to feel when the car is going to get loose. You don't really you can counter steer if you get loose and it doesn't overcorrect in the wall. But this car, you just don't know where the limit is sometimes, and it'll surprise you. And just like there with Justin Ray, just not able to get that car settled. So we've heard a lot of people saying that they're actually driving down in the corners and leaving a little bit of throttle applied. I don't know if they're doing that tonight, but um, I've heard that because this car, when you get off the gas completely, and I noticed this last week, the car really will rotate off throttle, which is really unusual. Most of the time, once the car gets into the corner, you lift off the throttle, it'll push out to the wall. But this car, just the way that I would imagine it's the independent rear suspension that does that, but uh, just a unique style. It takes some time getting used to. Got a couple guys coming down pit road. Obviously, Jonathan Cofield, Justin Ray, and Greg Froelich coming down pit road too. So electing to come in and get maybe a splash of fuel and some tires. Don't think Greg was involved in anything. I know these drivers don't want anything to do with caution flags. Caution laps around here almost 2 minutes long. Just a long time under caution. We'll actually bring up the standings while we're under caution and look at how the point standings kind of shake up. The Cup Series, they do bonus points for how many wins and some different things. So not really sure. I'm not really sure what they do as far as bonus because that point total is pretty wild and all over the place. What I think happens is they just add the number, so the 2,000 just adds to the next round. So as we go into the round of 8, 3 will be added and just kind of bump everybody up. So just a way to make sure that the regular season is important, and you see the difference between Jonah Colbert, the standard Jonah Colbert at 2,011 points, and then Aaron Adcock sitting in 12th at 2,034. That's a lot of point differential. So if you're Aaron Adcock, you really need to get a win in the next couple races. Um, he's definitely close enough to get to Brandon Wallace to get who's on that bubble spot in 8th. But yeah, just if you get down there at the bottom, you're really going to have to find yourself in victory lane to really advance. So Kevin Kinder says, sing us a song. I don't think so. I don't think anybody wants that. Lights are off on the pace car, so we're getting ready to go back green. As the field rolls through turn 3. Jonah will have complete control of the restart. The green flag comes out really late here at Pocono, so the initial start just takes so long to get going. But everyone after the initial one, the leader gets the choice on the restarts. So able to get a nice jump whenever he wants to. And look at Aaron Adcock. He must have heard me on the broadcast. Driving deep down into turn 1. Not quite able to make it stick, but he does have a run down the straightaway on Daniel Cunningham. So he heard me when he said you got to get a win. So Aaron Adcock, ooh, and he drives deep into the tunnel turn. He is rolling up on the outside. Just keep changing the camera angles just to confuse everybody. Oh, yellow flag's out again. Well, Jonathan Cofield having issues one more time. My goodness. Jonathan Cofield and looks like, who is that? That's Greg Froelich. Get together. My goodness. Go back and see what happened. My goodness. Cofield down on the bottom and just washes up the track a little bit. Oh, well, I'm not going to give that all to Cofield. I think Cofield probably was expecting Froelich right there to be going out to the wall, and for some reason Froelich coming down off the corner we'll stop it here and go to Greg Froenich's view and see just what I'm talking about. Normally you would go out to the wall here, and for some reason we go on his cockpit. He's coming off low with a car down on the inside, and so Cofield's expecting him to go out to the wall. That's where that contact happened. So at that point, Cofield's kind of committed to the corner, and there's just that expectation that you go out to the wall and exit. And if you hold it down low, that's the kind of stuff that happens. So 2 cautions already. Cofield, Greg Froelich involved in that one. Steve Loving decides to come down pit road. Steve, I think, started from the pits. Kind of been doing that all season long. I haven't really talked to him to know what he's trying to do, but has been starting from the pits. He gets a caution to get caught up to the field, and he's coming back down pit road on lap 10. Don't know what the fuel mileage is going to be. But we'd like to see some green flag racing. I know guys who are moving through the field, like Aaron Adcock and Josh Lokovitz, would like to see some. Try to make their way up to the front. I'm just curious if anybody's got anything for Jonah Colbert tonight. Daniel Cunningham started on the front row. He's all the way back in 5th. Now Daniel is he's a master tire saver. Not the type of guy that, if you got a late race restart, and admittedly, this is not shade towards Daniel. I think admittedly, Daniel would say he's not the guy on a late race restart, 1 or 2 laps, going as hard as you can. Not his forte, but as runs go on, he can really save the tire. He's very committed to saving his stuff, saving his tires, and being there at the end when it counts. So I have no doubt that the 54 machine will be back up to the front. Now, the good thing about these cautions early is those guys that are getting caught up in wrecks, they have damage they have to go in and fix. No fast repairs in the series. Usually a little bit overabundance of tires, so tires probably won't be an issue, especially here at Pocono. So we'll see guys come down and get tires, but fuel will kind of be what we'll be talking about. Just not sure how long you can make it on fuel. Most of the time you can make it about halfway, but we really don't know. I would imagine if you're gonna have to make 2 stops, we'd see people come down pit road already. So it looks like you're still not out of the 2-stop range. I would imagine probably around 30 or 35 laps, somewhere around in there. Lights are off on the pace car. We are doubled up. I tell you what, be watching out for these Po-Man guys. Aaron Adcock, Tracy Passett, man, they're sneaking up in here. Chuck Pegleg Phelps is here as well. Josh Lokovitz are kind of on the back half of the field, but Aaron and Tracy, man, they have been moving up through the field, showing a lot of strength. And I tell you what, on this restart, let's go on board with Aaron Adcock, and let's see what it looks like as you restart from the middle of the pack. Green flag is out. Jonah gets a nice start, but you got Po-Man. Oh, looks like Tracy Passett missed the shift. You see that Haviland car losing a whole bunch of time. All that he gained. And look at Aaron. He is not scared of it at all. Driving deep down on the outside. Man, that's something that people are going to have to pay attention to, as he is going to get a run off the corner coming off the top side. But making that top line work, man, that is impressive. So somebody has been practicing. I'm going to tell you that right now. And he is hunting down the 31 machine. Now he gets a little bit too high in the tunnel turn. It's going to hurt him a little bit. But man, what a great restart again. So Aaron Adcock showing up and showing out tonight. Oh, he gets a little bit of the curb there. So, oh, and he gets high off the corner. That's going to open the door back for Jesse Necula, who comes down to the inside. So Aaron's got turn 1 down, but man, got to be careful. You got 3 other ones you got to nail too. So right back behind him, man, almost 3 wide. Daniel Cunningham out of the groove, gets loose, way up in the marbles. That's the loose stuff. Can't go up there. He's going to lose a ton of ground to these other 2. Move Aaron Adcock back to 3rd place, but he is on the hunt again for Jesse Necula. Now, Jesse, sort of a mainstay in this series, has been extremely fast almost everywhere we go. So it looks like Aaron a little bit sort of a wild, he's driving like a wild card at the moment. He can get really fast and then he'll miss a turn. And just see how important it is to be smooth and make every turn. Because, I mean, you saw him on that restart just go to the outside and just drive right by Jesse Necula. But you have to hit all 3 turns every lap. That's why this track is so tricky. You can't hit 1 right and then go and mess up 2 and 3. So you just saw the difference that that happened, or what happened when you don't do that. Oh, see him get a little bit loose there. He didn't get on the apron. That's going to really bring Garrett Kinder up to him. So Aaron getting a little excited. If I was there spotting for Aaron, I'd tell him, hey man, just back her on down. Let's ride, follow somebody, get a little bit of draft, stay behind this 13, and just let her coast down in the corner. And let those tires cool off. You don't want to push them too hard. You'll get to the point where you can't do anything with them. So, Aaron, if you listen, man, you're doing good. You're really fast. Just let that car come to you. Talking about this car being tricky, and you just don't know when it can get loose. It's a compound thing with this car too. If you get loose and you heat up the rear tires, it takes 2, 3, sometimes 4 laps to get that back down. So you want to be careful that you don't do that too much. And if you do slide the rears, you want to make sure that you take a couple laps off, take a knee, and let those bad boys cool off. Let's go check on Tracy Passons, who we saw miss a shift on that start. And let's actually go on board with him and see what it looked like from his point of view as he missed the shift on the start. You see right there, just could not get into gear for whatever reason. And boy, that's a sick feeling right there. Still having trouble with it as he goes down into turn 1. So something you have to maybe try to figure out and get situated going forward. Josh Lokovitz having a good run as he is getting passed by Tracy Passon. Those are teammates. But Lokovitz already up 8 spots, started at the very back, and has made his way up to 8th place. So far, so good. We've been able to click off a few laps, and we are firmly settled in a green flag run as they come down the really long back straightaway. Steve Loving, you see him peeking his way into the picture, looking to the outside of Steve McDonald. Do a little crossover here. They go down into turn 3. Right now, Jonah is doing them faster than anybody else, so let's go from his cockpit and watch a lap as he goes down into turn 1, and I'll kind of talk us through it. Trying to get down to the bottom, come off low right here. You don't want to go all the way out to the wall, but you want to make sure that you get on the gas as soon as possible. That way you get all the speed you can, and then going down the turn, it's just a quick little jab, and then down to the bottom, get on the throttle as soon as possible. Don't want any downtime there. It is a fine line of getting loose in that corner or getting tight and missing the groove completely. And 3 and 4 is sort of a slow turn. You got to wait forever, just taking it easy, letting the car roll a little bit, getting on the gas. So make sure you get the maximum speed you can down the front straightaway. Just see how smooth he's being. He's not overdriving the corners, not trying too hard. That's really, really important to get around Pocono. Check back here. Garrett Kinder was able to get around Jesse Necula and move himself up into 2nd place. So started 3rd up to 2nd. Had dropped back a little bit there at the start, but easily finds his way up to 2nd place. Jesse Necula, Cameron Combs. Cameron Combs, the fastest car on the track right now in that 15 Mobil 1. He knows how to get around here. Cameron Combs, man, extremely fast driver. Just has a tough time putting the race together. If he can ever get over that hump of, trouble seems to find him, or he finds trouble, one of the two. As he's going to look down to the inside of Jesse Necula and take it down into turn 1. Let's see if Necula can get a run down and off of this corner. He does. Let's see if Necula just pushes him down the straightaway, and he will. Instead of wasting time passing each other back over and over again, he kind of pushes him down in the tunnel turn. So Cameron Combs up to 3rd place. Check on some fellas back here in 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Burkhalter started in 12th and is running in 12th. Pretty good little paint scheme. I'm about to give that the best paint of the night already. I just looked at it and I loved it immediately. So that's enough for me. I'm not sure if I can say the name. I don't know. I can't tell if it's real. I'm pretty sure it is, but I can't say it on this channel. It's not my channel to say it on. But it's some sort of coolers. But good looking schemes. That's going to be a Schmiel Racing Design best paint of the night. If you're watching, you can just say it out loud and you tell me what you think it is. He is trying to run down Chuck Pegleg Phelps. 7 seconds he's got on. He's got to run down Chuck. Chuck's sort of the end of the pack here. As you see, he's got a whole heap of cars right in front of him. But everybody's sort of running the same lap times for the most part. Everybody's in the 55-second bracket. You've got Jonah that's on the lower end. Jonah, Garrett, Cameron Combs, Jesse Necula on the lower end. And then after that, a lot of guys right in the middle, 55.5s. Oh, we got a wreck. Who is that? Tracy Passons and Aaron Adcock. Oh, my gosh. 2 Po-Man drivers. What in the world happened? That happened right in front of us. Let's go see if we can maybe see what was happening there. Oh, and I go right into it, and it's already started. So we'll back it up and see what happened to these guys. Tracy passes in on the inside, and Tracy just wasn't able to get the car turned down to the bottom. That's going to be awkward in Discord as Tracy's just not able to get the car, drove in a little bit too deep, and man, takes out his own teammate. That they work together. That's gonna be an awkward day at work. So under caution again for 2 Po-Man drivers getting together. Pretty good hit for both of them, so I would imagine they're gonna have to come down and get some damage fixed. And I imagine we're gonna see everybody come down pit road. It has been 23 of 80. I think at this point you got to come down pit road, especially if it's a 2-stop race. Your 2-stopper will start here. If you wait any longer, you could get whooped. Marcolian in chat says the cooler name is pronounced exactly as you think it is. Not really safe for family broadcast. Thank you. I assumed as much. I did. So everybody coming down pit road. Get 4 tires, fill it up with fuel, and we should be 1 stop away if everything goes green to the end, and we'll watch this race off pit road. Jonah is going to win the battle off pit road. Garrett Kinder third. So everybody comes out pretty much where they were. I don't see any 2-tire takers. So Jonah's going to retain the lead. He definitely didn't want to see that caution as he had a pretty substantial lead and was continuing to add to it. But Tracy Passons and Aaron Adcock on pit road for repairs. Good thing about, they have a pretty good amount of damage, but, no fast repairs, so you have to come in here and fix it. But the good thing is it's 2-minute laps, so you have a lot of time. If this was Bristol or a short track or even an intermediate track, you just wouldn't have a whole lot of time to repair it, and you would lose a lot of laps. But, if it's repairable and it's not too bad, here at Pocono, you could actually sit for a couple laps, lose a lap, if you wanted to, and get a large amount of damage fixed. So you see the pace car coming out of turn 3 now. So we'll see what they have to do. They may have required. In iRacing, you have two different type of repairs. You'll have required repairs, which means that iRacing deemed this damage so important that you wouldn't be able to drive the car in real life, so you have to repair that. And then after that, body damage, some aero damage, some light suspension damage would be considered optional. And so you can choose whether or not you want to repair that or go out on track and see how it goes, or you can sit and repair the whole shebang. So it kind of gives you an option. But the required part, you have to sit there. Once you come to a complete stop in your stall, you have to wait until the required repairs are done before you can take off. So it looks like Tracy may have a little bit of required. Aaron was able to get out, stay on the lead lap. But it looks like probably going to want a couple more cautions to get that thing fixed, get that thing hammered out a little bit. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to get ready to go back green this lap. And on lap 25 of 80, so still a long way to go. And you just see, it feels like we've been racing for an hour already, and only lap 25. Just an update on your playoff drivers. Justin Ray, Tracy Passons, Aaron Adcock, all having issues. You don't want to be, 4 of you is not going to move on to the next round, and 3 guys already at Pocono having trouble. So you don't want to be in that situation where you come out next week and have to win. Although next week is Atlanta, so pretty much anybody can win there. That's ought to be a pretty good show. We're under green, though. Jonah gets a great start. And back here for second and third, man, is a madhouse. As Garrett Kendrick going to sail up the track a little bit, as maybe missed the corner, or maybe Cameron was kind of surprised him there a little bit. So Garrett Kendrick drops back to third, moved Cameron Combs up to second. Cameron has been able to match lap times with Jonah. Let's see if he can do anything with it. As he gets loose, as soon as I put the camera on him, he gets loose, and so Garrett Kendrick's going to be able to get around him. And he's going to lose a ton of time. You see how important it is to make that corner, to make any of these corners. He just has a little slip up in turn 3, and that long pond straightaway that is extremely long. You see he loses 2 positions out of it, almost 3. So just talking about Cameron a little bit earlier, just he's extremely fast. If he can manage it a little bit better, I think he would win some more races. Just always find himself in trouble. But it looks like he's gotten it all wrapped up. Gonna have to be careful the next couple laps. That car will be sort of loose, but he ain't wasting any time. He jumps to the inside of Jesse Necula. He's still loose. You can see him chasing him a little bit. Oh, and he does. There he goes. He spins out. And gonna go right almost into the barrels, but Cameron Combs goes around, stops on the track, doesn't hit anything, and caution is out. That's exactly what I was talking about with Cameron. Go back and see maybe what happened. May not have been his fault, but we'll see. Just gets a little bit loose. We saw him get loose a little bit before that, going down in that corner, and we can watch it from Lokovitz's point of view. Watch that 15 car as he gets under. You see he's already loose. You can tell those tires are still hot from whenever he was almost spun out and then just loses it. He was wrecking the whole corner. And look, it's nowhere to go. So Cameron will go all the way to the back in 14th. Most definitely will come down pit road, get some tires, some damage fixed. Got plenty of time to get back up to the front, just if he can stay out of trouble and keep that car straight. He can be a threat to win this thing. He's actually going to go down the access road. Not normally what you do, but heck, it can't hurt. Looks like Aaron either lost his front bumper or they knocked it off in pits. But he is missing that front bumper now. Tracy Parsons still sitting on pit road. Has been on pit road for 7.5 minutes now. So it looks like he had some terminal damage. Definitely got the worst end of it. You see Cofield, Aaron Adcock, Cameron Combs coming in to get some repairs done. Cofield still trying to get that car repaired after that turn or lap 3 incident. But Jonah Colbert's still the leader. Man, it's going to be a long race. Needs a commercial or something to play. Well, storylines so far as we're 10 laps short of halfway. Justin Ray, Aaron Adcock, Tracy Parsons, all having issues. Playoff drivers getting caught up in stuff, having damage. Tracy Parsons is going to be out of this one pretty much. He may jump out on track and try to gain a couple spots. But, man, they looked really, really fast, so it's really disappointing to see them get together and have those issues. So Justin Ray as well, he is still a lap down, looks like. So 3 playoff drivers having trouble here in Pocono. You would think with 16 cars, you think, well, we'll probably have some long green flag runs, and I said as much at the start of the broadcast, but it hasn't been that way. Is these next-gen cars, man, they're just a different breed. But Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kander, Jesse Necula, Josh Lokovitz, Daniel Cunningham, your top 5 as we get ready to go back green. Whoever gets the win tonight, they will not have to worry about Atlanta. Go out there and just have fun as they will transfer over to the next race. So everybody wants to win the first race of the playoff round. just makes it so much easier. But only 2 races per playoff. Man, it's so important to get that first win, as like I said, it locks you in. That second race, you don't even have to worry at all. Really impressed with Josh Lurkovitz. He is showing a lot of strength. He's going to start representing the Po-Man guys after Aaron and Tracy get together. So you're you just can't get rid of them, I tell you. You get rid of 2 of them, and then another one jumps up there. Oh, we are going to lose him. My goodness. I think the broadcaster curse is really real tonight, as everybody that I've basically talked about and bragged on has gone around, and now I was bragging on how he was the champion for Po-Man, and just spins it off of turn 3 and caution out again. The other night in Apex, the Truck League on Thursday night that Aaron Adcock run, Po-Man takes 4 out of the top 5 spots with a fantastic race. Tonight, though, struggling a little bit. Struggling just a little bit, so I know it. I ate some seafood pasta last night with some shrimp and crawfish. So there's a little bit of voodoo in me tonight. Got a little Nolans in me. Well, I'll take this time to, I've already babbled as much as I can about this race. There's really not much to say other than when they go back green. But I want to talk about the 1987 Classic Series, the Rebel Retro Cup, starting back up on Monday night, April 25th. So if you're watching, if you're part of Original Rebels, definitely jump over there and try to snag your number, as we're going to get this ball rolling at Daytona, which I'm excited about. I'm going to finally get to race the 87 cars. Been trying to get in there and race. Did the broadcast last season, which was a lot of fun. Had a blast. But it sure does hurt to see them guys out there having as much fun as they are. So, going to take a break from the booth and jump out on the track and have a good time on Monday nights. But I do love those cars. They've got the new 87 Buick LeSabre. So really cool to see them adding more cars to the pool. We're changing some things up as far as how the series runs, making the race a little bit longer, a little bit too short, hard to be patient. We had one fast repair. We're going to keep that fast repair. We had unlimited tires just to make it fun. But this time, they found out that guys just pit just willy-nilly. Takes a little bit of the strategy out. So this time, going to only have 4 total sets of tires for that series, which I think will add a nice little strategy component to it, which will be a lot of fun. So if you like those cars, you want to jump in there and race with us, definitely come on by. Get signed up. Let me know. Don't wait till Monday night to do it. But glad to be back racing in Original Rebels. The last week we were all for Easter. All the series took off, so been missing a little bit of the racing around here. Guys and gals spending time with their families. which is always great. Love to do that. And everybody back rolling this week is ARCA race last night, Xfinity Series. Garrett Kinder winning both of those races, and tonight Syndicate Cup, and then tomorrow night we'll hit Outlaw and Rebels, which will be racing at Pocono as well. All series in their playoff runs, about halfway through, so won't be but a few more weeks. We'll be crowning champions. Well, all right, lights are off on the pace car. They head out of turn 2, coming down to turn 3. We'll get this thing back green and see if we can get some green flag runs. Pace car pulls off and Jonah hits the gas, and we're back green. Cameron Combs already diving down to the inside. Steve Loving gonna just give it up, and so Cameron Combs trying to work his way back up to the front. A whole host of damaged cars back here, starting with Aaron Adcock and then Greg Froelich. Just Jake Cunningham, his car looks pretty clean. Justin Ray, he is still hadn't found his hood yet. Caution's out again. Josh Slokovitz looks like he goes around and he is smoking. He has terminal damage, so he'll have to call it a night now. That is not even sure what happened. Let's go back and see what happened to Josh. We saw him get loose earlier, and man, looks like the exact same thing happened this time. Rewind it back and see. Going to the inside, Eric Burkhalter gets a run. Turn 3 and locks up the front tires, gets into Eric, and boy, Eric barely skated through that as Josh overcorrects into the wall, and that's all she wrote. Man, really surprising to see 6 cautions. We're not even halfway. That definitely did not expect that. I'm gonna run out of stuff to talk about, to be honest. Nothing's really developing. I would hate to see that the Poman Motorsports group, I mean, Josh Lokovitz, I believe is a I believe he is a playoff driver. So 4 playoff drivers having trouble tonight. 3 of them Poman. See Tracy passes going around the field. Aaron Adcock back on pit road, getting some more damage fixed, along with Justin Ray. And like I said, Lokovitz, he is pretty much down for the count, I would believe. Once you see smoke coming out, that's usually engine damage, and that is terminal. You don't really get that back. What's going on with Charles Stevens? Well, we're back green, but man, I don't know what happened. Camera angle went crazy, and now everybody's dropping out of. Well, we will be right back because I definitely have a problem.